The story of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was a Serbian American engineer who held over 300 patents. He is most famous for developing alternating current, a system of delivering electricity widely used today. He was born on July 10, 1856 in modern-day Croatia, allegedly in the middle of a lightning storm. In 1884, he immigrated to the United States and found work as an engineer for Thomas Edison. However, Tesla's radical ideas and personality did not match well with Edison's commercialized outlook. They parted ways and were rivals for the rest of their careers. At the dawn of the electric age, Tesla's discovery of the rotating magnetic field led to the first alternating current motor. This innovation impressed technological entrepreneur George Westinghouse, who decided to fund Tesla's work. Meanwhile, Edison labored on a competing electrical system based on direct current and smeared Tesla's design as dangerous. Nevertheless, Tesla and Westinghouse won the contract to light the groundbreaking 1893 World Exposition in Chicago, and alternating current technology took off from there. Tesla's subsequent work met with mixed success. His Tesla coil pioneered wireless technology and he experimented with X-rays, but Tesla squandered his talent on unrealistic projects, including a death ray and a method to communicate with New York City pigeons. Increasingly eccentric and isolated in his later years, Tesla died alone in a hotel room in 1943. Today, he is commonly recognized as a genius, and his name is the inspiration for Elon Musk's electric car and battery company. The facts of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla had a good sense of humor. Most people are completely unaware of the fact that Nikola Tesla had an amazing sense of humor. For example, after dining with writer and poet Rudyard Kipling, he wrote this to his close friend named Miss Johnson. The shock of his brother's death turned him into a mystic at age 7. The defining event of young Nikola's childhood was the day he witnessed the death of his older brother Dane in a riding accident. As an adolescent, Tesla learned to exercise his willpower to control the visions, but in later life, he would spend much of his time feeding and mystically communicating with New York City pigeons. Edison didn't deliver the $50,000 he promised Tesla. After Nikola Tesla had successfully created his alternating current induction motor, he presented his invention to Edison. Edison wanted nothing to do with it, but he did offer him a job. Tesla improved many of Edison's designs and developed a small dynamo suitable for ships. One day, he went to Edison with plans to double the efficiency of the best dynamo. Edison told Tesla to perfect the design of the short-core dynamo, and he promised Tesla there will be a bonus of $50,000 for you. Tesla worked every day from 10 in the morning until 5 the next morning. At long last, he completed the task and asked Edison for the promised bonus. Tesla was briefly reduced to digging ditches for a living. Edison refused to pay up, claiming he had been joking. Soon after, Tesla quit to form his own electric company. While he searched for backers to support his research into alternating current, Tesla took a job digging ditches for $2 a day to make ends meet. With help from Mark Twain, Tesla nearly discovered X-rays. Twain and Tesla became friends in the 1890s, thanks in part to Twain's lifelong fascination with technology and new inventions. Visiting Tesla's lab late one night, Twain posed for one of the first photographs to be lit by incandescent light. In 1895, Tesla and photographer Edward Ringwood Hewitt invited Twain back to the lab to pose for another photo, this one lit using an electrical device called a Crookes tube. When Tesla reviewed the resulting photographic negative, he found it splotchy and spotted and decided it was ruined. It was only weeks later, after German scientist Wilhelm Röntgen announced his discovery of what he called X-radiation produced by Crookes tubes, that Tesla realized the photograph of Twain had been ruined by the X-ray shadows of the camera's metal screws. He invented a remote-controlled boat that he thought could end all warfare. At the height of the Spanish-American War in 1898, one of Tesla's side projects was a miniature boat that could be started, stopped, and steered with rudimentary radio signals. When he filed a patent for the device, The US Patent Office refused to believe that it could work and so dispatched an agent to Tesla's Manhattan lab for a demonstration. Tesla also showed his boat to a string of other important visitors, including J.P. Morgan and William K. Vanderbilt. He told the New York Post that his invention, which would allow battles to be fought without putting humans at risk, would render warfare itself obsolete. Battleships will cease to be built, he predicted, and the most tremendous artillery afloat will be of no more use than so much scrap iron. His claims of receiving signals from outer space were proven right a century later. During the summer of 1899, Tesla set up a field laboratory in Colorado Springs, Colorado, to the possibilities of using high-altitude stations to transmit information and electric power over long distances. One July day, while tracking lightning storms, Tesla's equipment picked up a series of beeps. After ruling out solar and terrestrial causes, he concluded that the signals must be from another planet. In 1996, scientists published a study replicating Tesla's experiment and showing that the signal was in fact caused by the moon Io passing through Jupiter's magnetic field. Tesla spent his final years as a recluse, with one notable exception. Although for decades he had been a part of New York's high society, age and poverty left Tesla more and more isolated. He lived alone in a succession of ever cheaper hotels and often preferred the company of pigeons to people. Nevertheless, he kept one element of his days as a renowned showman inventor in the form of popular press conferences he held every July 10 to celebrate his birthday. When he turned 79, he announced his invention of a pocket-sized oscillator that could destroy the Empire State Building. Tesla once paid an overdue hotel bill with a model of his death beam. The defunct lab at Wardenclyffe was eventually turned over to the owners of the Waldorf Astoria in partial payments for Tesla's debts. Decades later, the managers of the Governor Clinton Hotel were given a similar piece of Tesla's collateral, a wooden case the inventor said contained a working model of his potentially war-ending particle weapon. Tesla's death beam. He was insistent that it was not, as the press reported, a death ray, would be able to stop any invading army, thus making warfare pointless. When he turned over the box containing the model, Tesla warned the hotel employees that they must never open it. They fearfully compiled, hiding the box in a storeroom. After his death in 1943, the box was pried open and found to contain nothing but harmless old electrical components. Tesla once spent $2,000 to fix a pigeon's broken wing. Nikola Tesla fed pigeons in a nearby park on a daily basis. He frequently rescued injured ones and nursed them back to health in his apartment. He spent a significant amount of money on healing them. Towards the end of his life, he developed a deep emotional attachment to a white female pigeon with grey tips on her wings. He claimed that the pigeon loved him just as much as he loved her. He wrote of his pigeon, "I loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman, and she loved me. As long as I had her, there was a purpose to my life." Tesla was an environmentalist. Tesla was deeply worried about the fact that people consume the Earth's resources too quickly. So he wanted to make sure that energy was made from renewable sources. Thus, he studied the ways to harness energy from water, sun, air, and land. He also envisioned various ways to end poverty by making energy free and available to all people. Tesla dined every night at exactly 8:10 p.m. From Wikipedia, we learn that Tesla had a wide array of obsessive-compulsive routines, and among them was his habit of eating dinner at exactly 8:10 p.m. every night. He also loved the number 3 and all numbers divisible by 3. He also had a habit of taking a walk around the block after eating dinner. After one time around, he felt compelled to walk around 2 more times, thereby making it an even 3. Tesla had a strong aversion to dirt, germs, and shaking hands with people. He also hated pearls and human hair. Tesla spoke 8 languages. The languages Tesla spoke were Serbo-Croatian, Czech, English, French, German, Hungarian, Italian, and Latin. He's considered a polyglot because he could speak more than 6 languages fluently. Tesla also possessed a photographic memory and used creative visualization methods when creating and perfecting his inventions. He didn't commit any of his inventions to paper until he sufficiently worked out all the details in his mind. The US government has classified documents of Tesla. When Tesla died, the Office of Alien Property seized all of his possessions. It eventually released most of his possessions to his family, and a few items were donated to the Tesla Museum in Belgrade. Tesla died in 1943, yet some of his personal documents still remain classified to this day by the US government. July 10 has been declared Nikola Tesla Day of Science by Croatian Parliament. In 2002, the president of the Nikola Tesla Society sent 3 letters to officials of the United Nations requesting to name July 10 Nikola Tesla Day of Science, Technology and Innovation. July 10 is Nikola Tesla's day of birth. While the United Nations didn't exactly embrace such a move, the country of Croatia decided to do it.